All right. Welcome to day 2 of the Certified Prompt Engineering Training powered by Harvard Tech Hub. I'm your tutor for day 2, and I hope we got value for day 1. Please, you know how. All right. Sorry. Welcome to day 2 of the Certified Prompt Engineering Training powered by Harvard Tech Hub. I'm your tutor for day 2, and I hope we got value for day 1. Please, you know how. All right. Sorry. Welcome to day 2 of the Certified Prompt Engineering Training. Please confirm you can hear me. Just type in I can hear you in the chat box. Whether on Zoom or YouTube, type in you can hear me. Please confirm you can hear me. Just type in I can hear you in the chat box. Whether on Zoom or YouTube, type in you can hear me. All right. All right, so you're all welcome to day 2 of our prompt engineering training. Please, one more thing you need to do for me is to confirm if you can see the screen. Please confirm you can see the screen very clearly, and confirm if I'm audible enough that you can hear me. Please do that very quickly. All right, thank you. Ike just said all confirmed. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Luatobi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, fine. So let's get to work. So today is day 2. I will just run us through some of the announcements we made yesterday. Your training has started, and I can assure you that we're doing everything possible to ensure that we keep our own part of the bargain. So I want to encourage everyone to do the same thing, ensure that you're following through, ensure that you're consistent. And thank you for every one of you that is on the road, especially Prince Michael. Thank you. I had to take a screenshot of what you're doing today. I'm going to share your story tomorrow. Please, thank you. I know that most of you are coming back from work. I know that most of you are just coming back from probably school. Most of you are just closing from your business, or most of you are still even in your business places. Some ladies right now in the kitchen cooking. I'm not a prophet, but I know. And somehow you're still with your phone joining. That's what it is. No excuses. No excuses. There will be no time where it will be all convenient for everyone. So thanks everyone for joining in, and I really, really do appreciate. I appreciate it because it's giving us the kind of energy that we want, and encouraging us. You see, Miss Esther said, yes, I'm cooking. Yeah, I'm correct. I know that a whole lot of people will be doing some stuff. Some I know that there are even people that might still be in their place of business right now, and they just want to stay until they are done with the trading before they go back. All right. So you see, so thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So this should encourage everyone. No excuses. No excuses. We have to do this. Victory Dory said, I'm feeding baby. I understand. Thank you. All right, let's get to work day 2. If you're ready, type in the chat box. I am ready. Everyone, YouTube people, please give me your energy like you did yesterday. I like to feel your energy, right? Just quickly type in, those of you watching on YouTube, drop comments, tell me how you're doing. Tell me, talk to me. Let's talk. Let's know what's up. What's going on with you. All right, they said they are ready. Oh, someone said on YouTube, we mount. Beatrice could be say we mount. Oh, amazing. All right, so let's get started. Everyone. So this is day 2. We're going to be I needed to pay attention. I noticed in the task I gave, some of you were struggling to try to overdo things. Listen, this training is not to judge you. This training is not, you don't have to impress anybody. Take your pen and paper now. As we're learning, just be jotting down the few things. That's why the slide is up there. You pick out things. Once we're done and I say drop it, just drop what you've written. Don't bother. Like, trust me, you're good. You're good. And I need you to have that acceptance first that you're good. And so I'm not going to judge you. Just put up. As long as I'm the one teaching you this, and you're also taking what I'm teaching you, and you give it to me back like that, you will. And that's why we're not keeping anything back. We have to go as fast as possible because we have some things we need to do that we didn't do in cohort 1. All right. So let's quickly go. So what are we doing today? Today is day 2. So day 2, we're going to start off immediately. Sorry, 1 minute. So for day 2, just a minute. All right, sorry. So for day 2, we're going to be looking at understanding the foundation. understanding the foundation, and we're talking about just a minute. Just a minute, guys. So we're talking about LLMs, and hold on, I have to reshare my own screen. Just a minute, guys, please. We'll have to set up something. Okay. So please confirm you can still hear me. Sorry, confirm you can still hear me, please. All right. So all right. So I'm going to share my screen again. I want you to pay attention. Um, I want you to just immediately take down the things you're seeing on the screen, take them down, take down the things you're seeing on the screen, and then we'll proceed immediately. I don't want any distractions. So take it down, take it down, take it down. Okay. All right. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, so sorry. Okay, some persons are complaining about the screen view, so let me fix that very quickly. All right, so while we're waiting for the screen view, I said today we're going to be looking at understanding the foundation, right? And we'll be looking at LLMs and prompts. Okay, we're going to be looking at LLMs and prompts. Yesterday, we talked about LLMs, and if you were there, please type in what did we say was the meaning of LLM. Please go ahead if you were there. If you were there. Awesome. If you were there, what did we say was the meaning of LLMs? All right, you're all correct. I decided to give you all time to be able to see. All right. So, all right. So I've made the screen a whole lot better now for everyone. So let's go very fast, please. So we said it means large language models, and you're correct. We said large simply means that it is trained on truly massive data sets of text and code, right? For example, think about all the millions of websites you have. And each time you open a website, you know that you will see text, you will see content, what people have written and all of that. Now, all those can actually form a data set, right? Let's say, for example, those of you, of course, we all went to school, most of you are still students or undergraduates or stuff. So you can think about, you can begin to think about, uh, all the data, like all the persons that have graduated from your school, all the persons that have ever got admitted into your school, and all of those, all that is data. Now let's think about law. Think about all the cases that the courts in Nigeria have had over the last 50 years or over the last 65 years, okay? All that will form data sets. So that's why we say it's trained on truly massive data sets. And this will actually give them their broad. Please, if you're seeing my screen, that thing is broad, not Borax. Sorry, it's a typo. That will give them their broad language base and linguistic capabilities. Then for the language, like I said yesterday, what it simply means is that they specialize in processing and generating human-like text. That's the kind of text that humans can see, the kind of text that humans can see and understand. So human-like text. Then finally, the models. These are very complex algorithms, very complex algorithms designed to perform this text prediction task, okay? Now, how does LLMs work? 5 steps. 5 steps that will tell us how these LLMs work. 5 steps that will actually tell us how they work, all right? Step 1, the LLM will collect a prompt. Remember that you're doing prompt engineering. So when you give a prompt, this large language model will collect the prompt. When it collects this prompt, it will analyze that prompt. You know, when I tell you now, if I tell you now, oh, click on this link, what I just gave to you is a prompt. Your brain picks up that prompt and begin to analyze it so that you want to understand everything that I said. I said, click on this link. So you begin to process that, or, everything that I said. Now, once that is done, it starts predicting the most statistically probable, hit piece of text to generate. All right. So what that means, there's a typo error there, but let me explain. What that means is that it will start predicting the most statistically probable piece of text to generate. So now you gave it a prompt, it has analyzed the prompt, it had to be able to say, okay, what is the best possible response that will match what this person is looking for, or that will match this prompt? And in step 4, it will now generate a result. It will generate a piece and add it to the sequence, all right? And step 5 will be that it should be able to now predict the next most probable piece and so on. So it's a sequence. It's a sequence. That's why we talked about iteration yesterday. It's a sequence. But what's important is that it will collect the prompt, which is your input. It will analyze that prompt and then start looking out for the best result to give to you, generate that result and show you. But now listen, don't forget from what we started talking about yesterday, that this whole thing is running on data. Is running on data. Data has been trained. Data has been trained and it's running on that data. It's following a particular pattern. It's discovering pattern. Oh, by the way, I told us that I'll give us a gift today because of your brilliance yesterday. So I had to extract some things from our prompt engineering handbook. All right, like I told us, we have a particular book and we're not going to talk much about it until we're done because this training was not anything you'll get. So it's just for those of you that's okay. I just want to still have it. All right, I just want to still have it. So I extracted some things there, put it together. It's just few pages. I talked about what AI is. I talked about the various types of AI, and I think and all that, just few pages. So I will share the link with us maybe tonight or tomorrow. You go to shareviral.co and download it for free, completely for free. So as long as we keep showing effort, I'll be giving us a whole lot of gifts like that. So these are how LMMs work. Step 1, it will collect the prompt. Step 2, it will analyze the prompt. Step 3, it will actually start predicting the most suitable, don't allow the English confuse you, the most suitable result. Now, why we're saying statistically probable is that it's saying based on all the data we have, we want to pick out the best answer to give to you. And then it will generate that answer and, of course, put it in order. And, of course, wait for another piece that it can also most likely give to you. All right. So now that will take us to, so let me see how many of us caught what we're saying. How does LMS think? How many steps? Is it 2, 3, 4, or 5 steps I gave to you? Just give me only the number. How many steps did I give to you right there? 5. Thank you, Glory. 5. Victory Doris. 5. Thank you, Margaret. Gospel. Everyone. 5. Man, these guys on YouTube are amazing as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Michael Linnell. Thank you. Thank you. Billionaire Brethren. I like your name. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, 5. Multi the Prince. Thank you. 5. Thank you. Joy Phillips. Thank you. All right, let's go back to work. Thank you. Now, how LMM see your prompt. Now you understand why you're in this training. That this training was not about, oh, come on, this is ChatGPT. We'll now put prompt. Everybody now get excited. No, no, no. If it's that one back, you will see, don't worry, in your 15 days challenge, you will see AIs and you go crazy. And I tell you, the kind of things that I believe that you guys, each of the groups are going to do with AI, you will marvel, you will see. Because now you're not going to be using AI like, no, I mean, when you see people, there's nothing fancy. You just know that I have some sort of deep knowledge of what AI is and what's going on there. So how does these LLMs, how do they see your prompt? So if we give it a prompt, how is it going to see your prompt? Number one is that it's not processed letter by letter. Listen carefully. For example, if we type in a prompt on ChatGPT, something, a very vague prompt like, tell me about Port Harcourt, we're saying that it's not seeing it letter by letter. Please, I want you to type something for me so that you don't forget it. Please just type in something right now on the chat bar and say, AI is not a human being. Please do that for me, everyone. Do that for me. I'll give us 1 minute to do that. Say AI is not a human being. All right, thank you. Now listen, why are we saying that? It does not have emotions. As we proceed, you're going to see. That's why you as a prompt engineer, you don't have to tell AI, please. You don't have to say, please. You don't have to tell it, thank you. It does not have emotions. So it's not a human being. It's not reading what you give it, what you're giving to it, word letter by letter. It's not always word by word. Now listen, LMS will actually break down tests into units. That is, when you give it a test, when you put in a prompt, it will break it down into units. I will say that again. When you give it a prompt, it will break it down into units. And those units are called tokens. Everybody write tokens. LMS will break down tests into units called tokens. Please write down tokens, write down tokens, write down tokens. So you don't forget it. Write it down in the chat box so you remember. You see, Beatrice is saying on YouTube, wait, I tell my ChatGPT, thank you, and it replies kindly and blushingly. Yeah, so the truth about it is that it's not a human being. It does not have emotions, all right? It does not have emotions, all right? It's just something that's been built on data. Thank you, tokens. So when you type in a prompt, these elements will break them down, will break down these tests into units called tokens. Now, so what are tokens? What are tokens? So tokens are common sequences of characters found in text. They are common sequences of characters found in text. They can be whole words, they can be part of words, and they can be punctuations. They can be whole words, they can be part of words, and they can be punctuations. They can be punctuations. I will say that again. They can be whole words, they can be part of words, and they can be punctuations. So once you type in anything right there, what is going to do is to break it down into tokens, and that's the only way to understand it. That's the only way you can understand it. Okay, that's the only way you can understand it. So now the idea is that I'll give us an example that the tokens can be whole words. For example, let's say apple, right? That's one word, like the THE, that's one word. Bring, that's one word. Table, that's one word. Token can also be part of a word. For example, if we're saying going, the ing in going is part of the word going, ing, going. If I want to say uncheck, un there is part of a word, all right? And then you can have punctuations. And this is what we're going to do. I said three things. It can be a whole word, it can be part of words, it can be punctuation. So here's the task I want you to do. I want you to type out example of each. Give me an example of whole word, give me an example of part of word, and then example of a punctuation. Everybody, let's go. Let's go. Give me example of a word, give me example of part of a word, and give me example of punctuation. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Please type it together at once. Type it together. Don't type it separate. Just three things. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Come on. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Billionaire Brethren. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Michael Austin on YouTube. Thank you. Barry Vuru on YouTube. Thank you. Whole World Com. Thank you. Fish. Boredom. Thank you. Amazing. 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 Stop. Non-stop. No, no, no. Okay. Wow. A lot tune on YouTube, man. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Yeah, impressive, impressive, impressive. So let's listen again so that anyone that is missing now will get it. So we said that tokens can be the whole words, and it can be part of words, and it can be punctuations. And I gave us example whole words like the one Shalom just dropped now, cool. Now, Shalom, for the one you just dropped, the part of word in cooling can be ing. All right, ing. So it's either a word, it can be parts of words or parts of words, or a punctuation. So either a whole word, like a complete word, or parts of words, of course, punctuations. Please don't forget that we said that if you remember what tokens are, please don't forget, we said that LMS will break down tests into units called tokens. And you might not actually see that breakdown yourself as a human being, but that is how it's been trained to receive your message, okay? Now, next thing is for us to look at, why do tokens matter? Why does it matter? Oh, Gidotio on YouTube. Thank you. I like the example. He gave politician as whole word, then Shian as part of word, and then gave semicolon. All right, you guys are amazing. Thank you. So, why do tokens matter? Why do tokens matter? Processing, this is how AI numerically represents languages. Because remember, we said AI is not a human being. So when you say come, it doesn't understand completely. It has to break it down into tokens so that it can be able to put the pieces together and give you result. Now, most importantly for us, LLMs have a limit on the number of tokens they can consider at any given time. Kai, trust me, if there is nothing else you get tonight, don't forget this part we're looking at now. That they have a limit on the number of tokens that they can consider at any time, at any given time. That is input plus the output they will give to you. Okay? Input or plus the output that they will give to you. And that limit is called context window. Everyone, you know how we do it. Type there, context window. Context window. Go ahead, I'm going to explain. It's called context window. Type it right there, type it right there, type it, type it, type it. Those of you that are cooking, pause, come and type it so that you will not forget. Please, if you're driving, don't leave steering and start typing. I beg you. I beg you. I beg you. Thank you. Everybody type context window. All right, thank you, thank you. Now listen, because I like your energy, for the stuff I want to give to us, I will work on it tonight, and I'm going to give you an extra gift. That extra gift is that I'm going to give you for the various. Let me even see how many of us still remember. I talked to us about the big seven in the AI space. I spoke about the big seven. Who can remember? Type as many as you can remember. I mentioned Google. I mentioned just type. Anyone you remember, just type. Let's refresh our memory very quickly. OpenAI, thank you. Anthropic, thank you. I can see it. Thank you. Meta, thank you. Amazon, Margaret, thank you. Type it in. Yes, Meta is still remaining. No, Claude is on Microsoft. Thank you. Thank you. Anthropic, thank you. All right. NVIDIA, thank you. Yeah, Victoria Sukari, thank you. Okay. Okay. Trust me, who wouldn't be happy to teach you guys? You guys are brilliant. Just that most of you don't even know how intelligent you are. But don't worry, my job is to bring out that intelligence. All right, so let's go. So I'm going to add it for you. But now listen, please. You can pause. You can stop typing now and listen up. So let me just ask. Answer me very quickly. I just want to make sure you're following. I said that these LLMs, they are going to be able to break down tests into units. And what do we call those units? They can break down whatever test you give to it, whatever input, what do we call those units? Tokens. Tokens. Now, thank you. You're making progress. You see how we're moving gradually. We started with understanding LLMs, which is actually what we're using, what this AI is running on. And then we say, okay, they receive our input and break it down into units called tokens. Now, let me ask you again, we said that for these tokens, they can be a whole word, they can be part of word, they can be punctuations. But we said that there is a limit of the number of tokens that they can consider per time. There is a limit. What's that limit called? What's that limit called? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's called context window. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So it is called context window. Now listen to me. We are saying that as you ask the AI, as you type in anything to the AI, which is your input, which is your prompt, that as you're typing in, it has started counting. The number of tokens has started counting. And when it gives you an output, it's also counting. So it's not just your input that makes up the context, the number of tokens that will make up the context window. It is a combination of your input prompt and the generated output. All right. And the thing is, you can think of the context window as the AI's active memory, right? It's like the active memory for a specific conversation. So it will include your prompt and the response is generating. So the combination will make up that context window. All right. And context window sizes vary significantly between models. All right. It varies significantly. And Margaret is asking I should go back to the last screen. Margaret on Zoom. So let me go back for a second. So I'm saying that if the conversation becomes too long, I want you to listen to this. If you're chatting, let's say you're using ChatGPT, as you're having a conversation, if the conversation becomes too long, the information might actually begin to fall short outside this window. And it can actually in such a way that it can forget because the conversation is now too long. So it can forget, by that particular model. Let me explain further. Margaret, I hope I can move forward now. So context window sizes vary significantly between models from a few thousand to hundreds of thousands. All right. Now, sorry. So what I'm saying there is that if a model has a context window of 6,000 tokens, that is for this model, for this particular AI, that the context window is 6,000 tokens. And your prompt, alongside the conversation you're having, exceed this. What we're saying is that the earliest part of that prompt of all the conversation might no longer influence the next part of the response. That is, listen again. I just gave you an example. Let's say the context window of a particular model is 8,000 tokens. 8,000 tokens. And now you're giving it prompt, it's giving you response, and then it gets to, let's say, 8,400. What we're saying is that the early part of that conversation might no longer influence further conversation because you've gone beyond the context window. So it has to be pushing some off so that it can accommodate the conversation. All right. So as it will have to okay, the early conversation has to. So that's why for few of you, or most of you that have used ChatGPT for a while, you will notice that you get to a point, it's as if ChatGPT is giving you response like it's a madman. All right. It's as if it's outside what you're asking. Yes, the reason is because you are now outside the context window. You're now outside the context window. Let's take, for example, OpenAI model. OpenAI model. I'll give you as much as I can remember, but I will extract the rest from our book and add to the gift I want to give to you. ChatGPT 4o has about 128,000 tokens. 128,000 tokens. White GPT 3.5 Turbo, GPT 3.5 Turbo at that time had about 16,000 tokens. Now look at the difference. That model, 3.5, their 3.5 model had just about 16,000 tokens. Now, GPT-4 is actually about 128,000 tokens. All right? So, and in short, as at that time, it was revealed that 128,000 tokens was more like 300 plus pages of text, depending on the formatting. So imagine 300 pages of a test, 300 pages of a test. That's what was happening. Now, Anthropic, I think Claude 3, I think Claude 3 opposed had about 200,000 tokens. Yeah, 200,000 tokens. So like I said, I'll give you all of that. I think Gemini 1.5 Pro, I still remember it's about 1 million tokens. Very amazing. It's almost up to 2 million in preview. Very, very amazing. Meta, and all of that. I'm going to get all of them to share with you. So the context window will be that maximum number of tokens, whether words, punctuation, spaces, and all of that, that the model can remember in one conversation turn. So in a particular conversation you're having with that model, the number of tokens that it can remember is what we call context window. All right, guys, let's move on. Now, let's look at this. The input-output relationship. The input-output relationship. So I wrote something very simple there, and I said that, let me stop this and share again because some persons are written on the screen. So let me just share again. Okay. Yeah, so someone is complaining, so let me mute everyone. Sorry about that. Okay. So the quality, clarity, and relevance of your prompt directly and dramatically impact the quality, clarity, and relevance of the AI's output. So you can call this the input-output relationship law. The input-output relationship law. It says that the quality, the clarity, and relevance of your prompt will directly and dramatically impact the quality, clarity, and relevance of the AI's output. So what this is saying is that as a prompt engineer, the first thing, when you notice that someone is not getting the kind of result he or she wants from an AI, that the first thing you ought to do is not to condemn the AI, is to look at the quality, the clarity, and relevance. So call it the QCR. So we're saying that the QCR of your prompt will directly and dramatically impact the QCR of the AI's output. That's why it's called the input-output relationship. So Q stands for quality, C stands for clarity, and R stands for relevance. So the quality, clarity, and relevance of your prompt. So we need to ask ourselves, what is the quality and clarity and relevance of the prompt I'm giving? because we're saying this will also affect the quality, clarity, and then the relevance of the AI's output. That is the input and output relationship. Okay. So the next thing, yeah, thank you, okay, Shalom. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. So the next thing is the giggle, garbage in, garbage out. See, listen carefully. This is why you're doing prompt engineering. We are saying that if you provide a very vague, ambiguous, or poorly structured prompt, you are likely to receive a vague, generic, or unhelpful response. If you actually go ahead and just give a very vague and ambiguous or poorly constructed or structured prompt, then you are also likely to receive the same thing. You receive a vague, a generic, and or helpful response. Okay, well, you're going to see an example on this tomorrow. Now, if you provide insufficient context, if you provide an insufficient context, the AI might make incorrect assumptions or fail to grasp the nuance of your request. So if you don't provide context, enough context, which is why you're in this training, because as we proceed, your eyes, you're going to be seeing broader things. So if you don't provide enough context, the AI might make incorrect assumptions or fail to grasp the nuance of your request. Now, number 3 is that if you don't specify the desired format, the AI will also not give you a dense paragraph. All right, it will give you like a dense paragraph. Meanwhile, you needed bullet points. You wanted it broken down in bullet points. All right, but then you just gave it, you did not specify. And because you did not specify, it will just give you like everything, mumble everything together and give to you. So you must know that it is what you're giving it you're going to get, which is why everyone can be using AI, but it is the prompt engineers that should be able to get out the best from an AI. Now, anatomy of a prompt. Anatomy of a prompt. Please take it very quickly before we move. Anatomy of a prompt. There are 6 things there. Please forgive me. There is a typo there. You can see number 6. We have double 5. Then we have 2 5. So I'm giving you 1 minute to take note of it in your notes. The anatomy of a. All right. Number 1, instruction. So this will actually, here we're talking about the specific action you want the AI to perform. I'm going to be giving us examples. So if you're with your pen and paper, write them down. So like I said here, we're talking about that specific action. That's why it's called instruction, that you want the AI to perform. And how do I put it now? It's safe to say that it is usually the main verb of your prompt. It is like the strong verb. It is the main verb of your prompt. Examples: summarize, translate, generate, write, explain, classify, rewrite, craft. All these are examples of instruction. So I said it is usually, it could be the main, so it's usually the main verb of your prompt. So we said it is that specific instruction, the specific action rather, the specific thing that you want the AI to do, the specific action that you want the AI to do, or the specific action that you want the AI to perform. And I also mentioned that it is the major verb, or is that the word I used? It is the main verb of your prompt. And in this case, therefore, please, sorry, let me check out. All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Woroka Jennifer. Thank you. Nora, thank you. How does AI decide which part of the inputs are most important? Well, no, that's not actually your problem. That's why they are using tokens. And that's why you're doing prompt engineering, because you have to be able to craft out your input properly so that you can get the right kind of results. Like I said, it is not a human being. And it's AI is not a mind reader. Please, everybody write that one down in the chat box. AI is not a mind reader. Please write it down. AI is not a mind reader. Write it down so that everybody will see and remember. AI is not a mind reader. It does not read your mind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Livinos, thank you. Margaret, thank you. Thank you. You've been super amazing. Thank you. Bisola Hannah, thank you. Bisola on YouTube said I should go back. Okay, Bisola, just hold on. I will go back. I will go back. I'll go back. So I said that number one, anatomy or a prompt, we're saying that instruction, and I say instruction will be the specific thing, the specific action that you want the AI to do, the specific action that you want the AI to perform. And I also mentioned that it is usually the main verb of your prompt. And I gave you some examples. I said explain. Examples will include explain, generate, write, translate, summarize, craft, classify, rewrite. All these are examples. All these are examples of instruction. Number two, anatomy of a prompt. Listen carefully. Anatomy of a prompt. What we mean by anatomy of a prompt, we're saying that these are the components of a prompt. Remember, you're doing prompt engineering. These are the components of a prompt. And even if we don't label them explicitly, if we understand these building blocks, it will help us construct very better requests. The second thing is context. Now, the context is you being able to inform the AI in such a way that you're giving it the information that it needs to understand. The instruction, you're giving it the information it needs to understand the instruction properly and perform that task effectively. So you're giving it, that information, because now you have an instruction. What comes after summarize? What will come after generate? What do you want it to generate? You have to be able to give it in such a way that it can be able to understand your instruction properly and perform the task effectively. I'll give you, listen, there's a difference between craft a marketing strategy campaign for a real estate company. That is vague. That's where we're going to. That is vague. The word craft is instruction. But every other thing we're putting now is trying to give it context. When you say craft a marketing campaign for a real estate company, you're just saying for a real estate company. So it could do anything. It doesn't even know where this place is, because the way a real estate company in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, will do business is not the same way a real estate company in Cape Town, South Africa, will do business. It's not the same way a real estate company in New York, USA, will do business. So we can begin to put context by saying, craft a marketing campaign for a real estate company situated in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, that's been in existence for the last 3 years, and is focused on land banking, this, and this. And so we'll be able to, if the real estate company is known, we can even include the name and begin to ask it to do deep searches and pick enough information. So that's what we mean by context. We have to be able to provide context. Context. So the context is the background. Why the instruction is like the task. The context is the background. All right. So you just have to be able to do that. Number 3 is the input data. So this we actually refer to as, we refer to the specific text or data or examples the AI needs to process according to the instruction. You provide data, like when I was saying Port Harcourt, Rivers State, that the real estate has been 3 years, you're providing more data. It's called input data. It's information, often intertwined with context. So the input data will be mixed. It will be often, we're going to intertwine it with the context. And this is why I told you yesterday that AI is not for lazy people. It is not just something that, okay, I'm too lazy. There is work to be done. You have to be able to feed your AI with data. You have to be able to feed it with instruction. You have to feed it with context. You have to feed it with your input data so that it can be able to give you. That's the anatomy of a prompt. That all these things must be embedded in your prompt if you want to be able to get the right result. Okay? So that is the anatomy of a prompt. Input data. Okay? Input data. So a situation where we're saying, let's say we want to summarize an article. You can't just go and tell the child, please summarize this article. Which article is that? Right? But we can give it enough information about the article and say, summarize this article. This article did this, and this. It did this. And who do you want? What do you want? Who do you want to summarize it for? Oh boy, someone said, uh-oh. Someone said my voice is breaking. Please confirm that you can hear me now. Is it better now? Is my voice better now? All right, thank you. So you might have to check your own network. Okay, thank you. Someone said on YouTube we should recap input data. So I said for input data, you're looking at the specific test data, like the specific test or specific data or examples that the AI will need to process according to the instruction. According to the instruction. All right? You give it enough data. You don't rush. You take it as if you want to explain. I told somebody something. Listen, I said, if you want to be a good prompt engineer, assume that AI is dumb. Assume that AI does not have sense. Assume that you want to send someone that you just know that this person does not have sense. All right. So imagine that one person that you can send and say, please, oh, take this money, oh, go to Kilimanjaro, please, buy me fried rice. All right. And chicken. But if they don't have chicken, buy turkey. But if they don't have fried rice, just buy me coconut rice, but with only chicken. You see the kind of information, right? And then you know that this person, this your friend, is like one person that can be very useless. That he can just go there now and then decide to pack ice cream and what's it called? Meat pie and come back. Right? So you want to be able to like break it down and say, please listen. When you get to Kilimanjaro, see what I want is fried rice. Like what I want to eat, main, like what I want to eat is fried rice and chicken. But now, buy turkey if they don't have chicken. You only buy turkey if they don't have chicken. Like you're providing enough data, you're giving it enough information to be able to carry out that instruction that you say buy. And that's why I say the input data and context are intertwined. They are intertwined. Number 4 is role or persona. Role or persona. In this case, we are saying we want to assign a role. We want to assign a role. Right? We want to ask, sorry, I'm reading something from you, the guys on YouTube. Amazing people, amazing, amazing. Someone said, Monday Victor Bariswa said, what you did not send it, it will not give you. And I totally agree with that. All right. Beatrice Kogi say, sir, the food talk is making me hungry. I'm sorry. Even myself, I'm hungry like this. Sorry. All those people that say they're in the kitchen, when we're done, they will send our food. Someone on Zoom said I should see Zoom people. You people are super amazing. Don't worry. I just have to, YouTube people are, but trust me, you guys are amazing. We're together. We're the one feeding YouTube people. We're feeding you. You're taking directly from the source, and then we're feeding YouTube people. Okay. All right, YouTube people, don't worry. Zoom people are jealous. So, all right, let's get back to work. So, number 4 is role or persona. It is optional. Let me state it now. It's optional, but it's very powerful. It's optional. In this case, you want to assign a role to the AI to help define its tone. You want to assign a role to the AI to help define its tone. Maybe define its style, define the knowledge, define. For example, we're talking about real estate, and I can say act as a real estate consultant. That's what we mean by assigning a role. You're asking it, act as a real estate consultant. You say, act as a professional copywriter for a fintech company. Now you see the difference. Someone can say, act as a professional copywriter. It's okay. But if you're doing that for, let's say you're doing something for a fintech, you can just proceed and say, act as a professional copywriter for a fintech company. You want to be able to narrow the context so that you can get the best result. Don't leave it so much wide open. You want to narrow it down, bring it down, close up the gaps so that it will know that this is where I should focus and give you the best result. Okay? So, number 5 is the output. Now, this one is one of the hardest that people find it very hard to do. People find this part very hard to do. And what's that? Most times, people don't tell it the kind of output they want. If you want your answer in bullet points, tell it that you want it in bullet points. If you want it in tabular form, tell it that you want it in tabular form. Right? If you want it to use a friendly tone, tell it to use a friendly tone. If you want it to use a professional tone in the banking space, tell it you want to be able to get the right kind of output. You want to be able to get the right kind of output. You want to do everything possible to avoid technical jargons and let it do the job that you want it to. That's why I told you that it's for intelligent people. You have to understand the anatomy of a prompt as a prompt engineer, so that when you craft a prompt, when someone sees the prompt you've crafted and the person tries to do the same thing, once they compare the results, they will ask you, what did you do? What did you do? And that is what will make you maintain your respect as a human being. Because it is artificial intelligence. It is copying your own human intelligence. Right? It is copying also your superior, and you should act like one. It should be that when you hit one prompt, if you see the result, you will wonder, how did this person bring out all these things? Some persons are working in a company and they say, oh, please prepare this proposal for, they just go on ChatGPT and prepare a proposal that can be sent to the Ministry of Health on this. And you'll be surprised when you send it and your MD is telling you you use ChatGPT. There is nothing wrong that you use ChatGPT. What your MD is indirectly telling you is that you're not smart. Because if you were smart, it will show in your result that came out. Because if you give it a smart prompt, if you give it a well-tailored, with proper context, prompt, it will give you the same. That's what we talked about: quality, clarity, and relevance. Remember the input-output relationship law. So the quality and clarity and the relevance of the prompt you've given to it, by the time you're getting the result, it's like, wow. Because everything, how could you're working for a company or your own business, and you want to use ChatGPT or you want to use any generative AI to do anything, and you can't be patient, you can't take 5 minutes, 10 minutes and feed it with enough context and educate it about your business and tell it this is the business, give it enough information about the business and tell it this is what I want. You can put to compare with this, and this. That is the idea. And number 6 is examples. Please remember I said I made a mistake in this slide. 5. So number 5 is output format and number 6 is examples. So providing examples of what you want can also help. We're going to be talking about it. That's why I mentioned few short learning. Few short learning is a topic we're going to be learning. Yes, it's a type of prompt. So just sit tight. As we progress in this training, you will see. So you try to provide example of the desired input or output pattern directly within the prompt. Okay, so you give it an example. So, but you must remember, right, that not every prompt need every single one of these elements explicitly. So it is not every time you want to add a role or persona. It is not every time that you also want to tell it how you want the output. So sometimes you just want an output. You might not want a particular format. But one thing is certain, instruction is for sure. Input data, very important. Context, irreplaceable. We must do that. But understand that as your tasks become more and more complex, guys, you must consciously consider these components and know that it will significantly improve your ability to craft effective prompts. You must consider them. Oh, all right, let's go. We still have about 30 minutes or so, so let's go. Now we're going to be looking at the core principles of effective prompting. The core principles of effective prompting. The core principles of effective prompting. And before I proceed, I gave us the anatomy of a prompt. How many were there? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Just give me only the number. I gave you the anatomy of a prompt. How many? 6. Someone said 6. 6. Good. 6. Beautiful. Somebody said 6. Thank you so much, everyone on Zoom rather. I'm waiting for the YouTube guys. You know, there are some minutes behind us, so there are some seconds behind us. So most times before they receive the information, they are like a Glow network. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, good. So they are giving us now. They're giving us now. Thank you. 6. Now, if you say 6, I want you to mention just 3 of them. Mention 3 that you can remember. But if you can remember more, write it. Mention 3 that you can remember. When you go back to revise, you will see the rest. Mention 3. Please write it at once. Write it at once. Don't write it separate. Write it at once. Mention 3 that you can remember. Mention 3 that you can remember. Yeah. Queen, thank you very much. Thank you. Tamuno Nemi, thank you. Thank you. Instruction contest examples. Thank you. Akudo in on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, Akudo, you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being around. Livinos, thank you. Thank you. You've been so amazing right here on Zoom. Thank you. Aha. Please check. If you forget anyone, look at the one someone has dropped. Use it and complete your own. Aha. I'm happy that everyone is including Igwe Andrew. I'm seeing introduction or remove it. It's not marriage introduction, it's instruction. I'm happy that everyone is putting instructions, context, and I'm happy that you understand the game. This is beautiful. Thank you. Beatrice Kogi on YouTube says that you called us Glow Network. No, it's not. It's these people on Zoom that encourage me to call you people Blue Network. It's not me. You know I'm an innocent person. All right. So let's go, guys. So what is the core principles of effective prompting? We're going to run through them very fast, and then we take questions, and we're done. We're going to run through them very fast. So number 1, clarity and specificity. Core principles of effective prompting. Clarity and specificity. Very simple. Clarity and specificity. Yeah, I'm giving us time to write down, those of you that are writing down in your notepad before I proceed so that you can pay attention. So what we're saying here, clarity. So I will say this, be direct. Don't leave any room for guesswork. AI is not a human being. AI is not your friend that you say, I've been giving him sign, or I've been giving her sign. I expected her to know that I wanted her to live there. I wanted him to, I've been giving her sign. I wanted her I was to know that I'm hungry. No, don't give AI sign. Be direct. Don't go corner. Just hit it straight in the head. And trust me, this is the bedrock of good prompting. Like I told you earlier on, LMMs are not mind readers. They are not mind readers. So they cannot read your mind to know what your intentions are. So that is why, okay, let's say as we're talking now, I say, that is why this software engineering training we're having is interesting. You know that this is not a software engineering training, but you can excuse me, you can forgive my mistake, thank you. See, Hope, Hope on Zoom. Wait, let me look for it. Hope on Zoom said that we should not give or Saruba Hope. She said, don't give AI side eye or a note. Don't give it side eye. Don't try to just hit it. Be direct, right? So, like I was saying, if as I'm talking now, I said, okay, so this is day 2 of our software engineering training, blah blah blah. You know that you just made a mistake, but you see code. You know that you wanted to talk about prompt engineering. But you can't go and tell an LMM that, please give me a guide on how I can begin my software engineering training. It will not. It will give you some guide for software engineering, even if what you had in mind was prompt engineering. So that's why I'm saying they cannot infer your intentions. They can't read your mind. It can't fill gaps based on implied meaning, like nearly this is what you wanted to say. No. Please, let me put it like this. Hold on, let me put my words together. Let me put it like this. Please write it down. Write down that vagueness is the enemy of effective prompting. Write it down. Vagueness is the enemy of effective prompting. Being very vague, just dropping just few information, just small thing. Please write it down now. That vagueness, V-A-G-U-E, vagueness is the enemy of effective prompting. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Miss Esther. Thank you. Vagueness is the enemy of effective prompting. Please drop it in the chat box. Drop it in the chat box. Yeah, Queen, thank you. Being very vague is the enemy. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Chinyere. Thank you. Thank you, Roslyn on YouTube. Thank you. She said, before you abuse AI or being dumb, first check the quality of your prompt. A dumb prompt will give you a dumb output. Understand the anatomy of prompt before abusing innocent AI. Thank you, Roslyn. Thank you. That's a word on a marble. Thank you. All right. So vagueness, like I said, is the enemy of effective prompting. All right. So a specific prompt, remember we're talking about clarity and specificity. A specific prompt clearly defines the task. It will define the task, it will define the subject, and it will even tell you maybe the expectation. You know, when normally in the secular world, we say that communicate your expectation, because when you don't communicate your expectation, assumptions are inevitable. All right? Assumptions are inevitable. Okay? Assumptions are inevitable. Yes. Dumde Barikuma said, but if there is a typographical error, it kind of suggests, yes. See, just like we were saying software engineering and prompt engineering, if instead of spelling software, I spell S-O-F-E and where, it can be able to correct that. Even your normal keyboard on your phone can do that. But it cannot correct software engineering to prompt engineering, because these are two different things. Okay, so reduce your idea is that you want to reduce, you don't want to do anything that we make the AI give you vague output. So you want to reduce the chance of the AI making incorrect assumptions or producing irrelevant output. You want to be able to do that. For some of you now, if you go to any LMM and you say, oh, what do you know about the fight happening between the governor of Rivers State, Siminala Ifubara, and the FCC minister, Nyesom Wike? It can give you stuff, and you feel like, wow. No, there is no wow there. The truth about it is that all these quarrels and fights are documented. If you open your newspapers online, are carrying this news. On Facebook, people are carrying stuff. Whenever Wike is having media chat, you see the media there, newspapers, that these things are online. It can scrape this data and be able to give you just enough information. But have you wondered why most persons, if you go now and ask most of these LM details about your local government chairman, he doesn't know them. He doesn't know them. Okay, let's take, for example, you can go to any LM, Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, and tell it to tell you about Tech Up Port Harcourt. It will give you an information. But the truth about it is not because we fed it. It is because it can be able to extract all those data from several places. So that is why you have to maintain clarity. You have to be very, very specific. All right? You have to be very, very specific. So you try as much as you can to use precise action verbs. Very precise action verbs. Okay? You clearly identify the subject matter you want to work on. Okay? So that you can be able to get results. We're going to be looking at examples tomorrow. Very, very interesting examples. But let me say this. So I will advise that you treat AI like a very loyal, capable. But there's a way I used to tell it to my data students, my data science students or data. I'll normally tell them that you should just assume your tool to be very loyal. But then it can only do, it will not do beyond what you ask it to do. So it's the same thing. So just treat the AI like a very loyal, capable, but extremely literal assistant. A literal assistant. So spell out exactly what you want. Tell it exactly what you want it to do so that it can get results. All right. Number two, provide sufficient context. We've spoken about this before. Provide sufficient context. Don't make the AI to guess. If information is relevant to the task, include it in the prompt. I was reading something. So people were in a space on X, on Twitter. So a couple of guys, and then I was actually invited as a speaker. It was something on AI there. And someone raised something about a man in, what's it called, in South Africa, who happened to be his neighbor. The wife was pregnant, and he went to AI. The wife was vomiting. It was their first pregnancy. And he's not like, he's a young man, but not like a very techie kind of guy. He's into construction, doing well, but he's not like a very techie person. Doesn't mean that he's not intelligent, but it's not like, so he just went to ChatGPT and said, the wife is vomiting so much, blah, blah, blah. And ChatGPT assumed that the wife was going through, I think, what they called hyperemesis, something. And it is something that most women experience when they are nauseating so much, like they are vomiting so much beyond the morning sickness that a woman is supposed to have during pregnancy. And yeah, thank you, Favor Christopher. I think you might be in the medical space. On Zoom here, Favor has given me the right word. It's called hyperemesis gravidarum. That's true. Yeah, hyperemesis gravidarum. So AI made some suggestions, and he ran with it because it was just a few weeks of pregnancy, so they've not started going through what's it called, antenatal and all those kind of stuff. And luckily, someone had to intercept when he went to get a particular drug that was suggested and all of that. And say, oh, let's find out. Only for them to find out that no, what the wife was going through was normal. But because of what he gave, right? You probably kill the poor woman or kill the unborn baby. So that's the thing. So provide context. Give the AI necessary background. Give it the necessary background that you need. All right. So you could just imagine asking a colleague to summarize a meeting note, and you did not even tell them, you did not give them the note. I was in the meeting, and you just say, oh, please help me summarize this meeting note. Where is the meeting note? You did not even tell them what the meeting that was held was all about. You wouldn't expect a very useful summary. That's how AI work. That's how LMM work as well. They need background information. They need a little bit of details to understand all the pieces of your request and provide relevant answers. So context, like I said earlier on, will actually help the AI understand everything about your prompt. Everything about your prompt. It will help the AI understand everything about your prompt, okay? Very quickly now. So we've also talked about defining the role and persona. So we try as much as we can to ensure that we can most times provide a role or a persona so that it can narrow down and frame the response style or the tone or the knowledge base or even the perspective, like I mentioned earlier on. All right, we can assign a role. We're also going to take examples on that. And then, of course, I also talked about you specifying the output. You try as much as you can to specify output. Don't leave the presentation to chance. Define the structure, the format, the tone, the style you need as well. All right? Specify the output format. Now, number 5 is near and dear to my heart, where we said setting constraints. Setting constraints. So here you want to use constraints to shape the output boundaries, ensuring it fits your length, scope, and content requirements. All right? What we're saying here is that sometimes you want to be able to control what the AI includes or excludes, or how long the response should be. So setting constraints will give you final control over the output scope and content. All right? This is very important now. This is very important. So you want to set constraints. You can set constraints to prevent long responses. You can set constraints to do that. Okay? You can set constraints. You can, for example, you can tell it to keep the response under 300 words. All right? Someone say doesn't understand this number 5. Yes. The Victory Doris. This number 5 is talking about constraint. Like, you can also set a constraint. You can tell it that you just want nothing more than 300 words. That is a constraint. That is a constraint. That is a constraint. So you're putting limits, what it should do and what it should not do. Okay? And then, of course, number 6, the power of iteration. Please, I'll go back. Those of you. Yeah, I'll go back to 3 and 4. I'll go back. Just hold on. Yeah, so the power of iteration. See, your first prompt might not always be perfect. So don't expect perfection on your first try. Embrace iteration. All right? Prompt engineering is like often an iterative process. So getting the best results will usually involve refining your prompt based on the AI's responses. So embrace iteration as a core part of the prompting process. That is, go back as it's giving you results, add more things. Tell it that, no, it's not this, do like this. No, don't add this one, remove this one, focus on these aspects. Keep iterating until you get the best result. Keep iterating until you get the best result. Keep iterating until you get the best result. Let me go back to 3 and 4. I didn't waste time there because we've talked about it earlier on so much in the anatomy of a prompt. So that's define the role of persona. So we say role play guides the AI's persona, leading to more nuanced and appropriately styled responses. So what we're saying there is when you say act as a consultant, so you're assigning a role to it. You say act as a consultant. You say you just ask it to do something, okay? You just ask it to do something. You just ask it to do something. So when you say act as a consultant, that is a role. That's the role. And we explained this very well during the anatomy of a prompt. Number 4, we say specify the output format. Tell it how you want the output to look like. If you want it in tabular form, tell it. If you want it to sound professional, tell it. So the output format. Tell it how you want the output to be. And like I said, this might not be very compulsory. This might not be, but they are core principles of effective prompting. And we talked about setting constraints, where you'll be able to set what and what you want, how you want it. You can tell it not to go beyond this, not to go beyond that. So that will make sense. Please, sorry. I want to make sure that we didn't lose these guys. Okay. All right. So number 5 is setting constraints. So you can tell it you can tell it to keep the response under 400 words. You can ask it to keep it under 400 words. So that's you. You can ask it to generate a 5-paragraph summary. That 5-paragraph, that 5-paragraph is like you put a very serious constraint on what you want it to do. All right. So constraints can help you. Yeah. Okay. So number 6, we talked about what did we talk about in number 6? Yeah, the power of iteration. So I mentioned here that don't expect perfection on your first try. Okay, I'm seeing an issue about negative prompting. Who is asking? Okay, Eguano is asking, are constraints called negative? Well, the truth is, negative prompting actually is more like, is an art. Like, is that technique we use where you can actually tell an AI model what you don't want. So yes, constraints can actually be likened to negative prompting, because in negative prompting, you tell the AI what you don't want. Okay, so you can add, once you add constraints, you're actually doing negative prompting. All right, and it's very good, like I said, because it's going to help your AI not to hallucinate. It will help your AI not to hallucinate, and it will just remove some things. Okay, it will just include some things. All right. So because if we don't specify exclusions, they may actually include common but unwanted elements. They can just give you things that you don't want just because you did not put constraints. All right. So that's the power of. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's section. So let's run. We're going to take some questions very quickly. If you want to ask a question, you can. How do I do it now? Okay. Just a minute. You can indicate, and I will mute you. Those of you on YouTube, just type in the chat box if you have any question. Quickly. I want to release us by 9 so that as the days go by, you'll be getting ready, because there are times we might exceed 9 o'clock. So, all right, quickly. If you have a question. Okay, Margaret, hold on. I'd like to unmute you so you can ask your question. Margaret, hold on. Okay, Margaret, I'm asking you to unmute now. Go ahead, unmute and ask your question.
Okay, can you hear me, sir? Good evening.
I can hear you loud and clear. Good evening, Margaret. Welcome.
Okay, my first question is, can this prompt be used to create videos?
Okay, go ahead. Your second question.
Then the second question, if we're using this chat GPT or AI, can we ask them to do a daily task? Let's say, for an example, you're working in an office and you send reports every day. Can you just tell the AI that every morning I want you to be sending this particular report to the director or somebody, and you don't check, you just expect it to do the task every morning?
All right. So thank you. You can mute now. Thank you. So number 1, you're doing prompt engineering, and for anything you want to do, AI is about prompt. So whether to create video and all of that is about prompt. But we're saying, if you want to prompt and you want to generate video, forget most of the things you're seeing. Just, AI is used amazingly. So it's not just about maybe certain videos you see, but we're saying, how can you prompt it to get the best, to get your results effectively. So prompt engineering, what you're learning is across board. Number two is that while we started this meeting by 7, I have an email that has gone out by 8 p.m., but I didn't touch it. I didn't touch that system at all. All right? I have an organization in Lagos that I'm helping out mentor their startups, their startup founders. So they are in partner with our hub. And there are things that they are doing, and that one has gone out while I'm still on this call. I didn't have to interfere. While they are giving feedback, they are getting something else. So they might actually think that I'm right there giving them, but it's already been programmed. And that's one of the things that you're going to enjoy in this course as we proceed. All right, so we will get there. Sorry, someone raised his own hand. Okay. Favor. Sorry, please. Let me go to Favor now. Just a minute, guys. Favor Christopher, please, I'm asking you to unmute. Go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening, sir. Thank you very much. Today's class was really wonderful. So my question is on context window. So when we're talking about context window and token, we mentioned that token is for the input, something that has a number of inputs. And then when we came to context window, you now said input prompt plus generated output. So does that mean that the generated output is also counted as a token too? Or is just our input that's being counted as a token?
All right.
Hello?
So you know that you don't actually know how it's breaking down this token. You don't know how it's breaking down these tokens. So we define tokens, and we said that when you put in your input, it breaks it down into smaller units called tokens. So your input, it will break it down to tokens. The output is given to you. They are also tokens, but you are seeing it as a human being, you're seeing it as text and all that you can understand. Remember yesterday we said that's why it's called large language models, because it can be able to process it and give it back to you in a language that human can understand. So when it comes to context window, is a combination of your input, which it will have to break into tokens, and your output, which is also what is given to you is tokens. But those tokens are now combined in such a way that it will make sense to you like a text and all of that. Okay. So let me, before I go to YouTube, let me take another question from Zia. Right away, Zia, I'm coming right to you. Okay. Zia, I'm asking you to unmute. Go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you for the class. Sir, please, can I build an AI agent with a prompt?
You cannot actually build an AI agent without a prompt, right? So prompting is what we use, because starting from wherever you want to build the AI agent, there is research you're going to make. There are things you have to do, and most times you have to also use generative AI to do a whole lot of these things. So you will definitely use prompts to build AI agents. You have to be able to tell it what you want, and then you do that. Yes. Zia, does that answer your question?
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, Osaro by Hope. Yes, it is considered a token. Yes. Let me get to James now. James Sunday. Let me get to James Sunday, guys. Oh. Hope I'm correct. Yeah, James, please, you can unmute and ask your question. Sorry. James, you can unmute and ask your question now.
Hello, good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for this wonderful class once again. So my question is based on the anatomy of prompting. So I want to ask whether sequence matters. Like, does it matter what comes before what? Based on the anatomy of prompting.
Take the question again.
I say based on the anatomy of the prompting that you gave us, does sequence matter? Like, does it matter what comes before what?
Okay. Yes. It's not just that it matters. There are times that you can create the contest. You can give it a contest and come down and say, generate this. So you've already given it contest, you've given it input data. You now come back and say, use this to generate this. So it doesn't necessarily matter the sequence it comes. No, it doesn't necessarily matter. But it must be such that they are well connected in whatever you want to do. All right. You want to make sure that it is well connected. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you. All right. Let me see if I can take some questions from YouTube now. Let me see if I can take some questions from YouTube. Okay. So let's see. Okay, this one says the constraints aspect. If we use all the content requirements we want, does it mean we are guiding it towards what we want alone or not what it can source for us? Well, Atua Ahamerela, I don't really get your question, but when you say the constraints aspect, if we use all the content requirements we want, does it mean we are guiding it towards what we want alone? Well, I think the truth is you want the best results. You don't want unnecessary things. Unless you do, you just want the best result. Okay? The best results. So no matter how long or how short, you just want the best output. You just want to make sure you want the best output. In cases involving personal and sensitive information or data, how safe is the data given to the AI? Well, it is safe. It is safe because you're just prompting it, you're just giving it. But again, it's a matter of debate that I would not want to delve into, right? It's a matter of debate, but yeah, it is relatively safe as well. I have a question. Does the context window affect a particular question only or the whole chat, especially chat? It affects the conversation. You have a conversation. So that conversation, that chat is the one it to affect, not like every other one. Okay? Not like every other one. Someone is saying on Zoom, this my MTN 1.5 disgrace. Dagogo, you're not serious. All right. Let's look at another question. This one says, how safe is my document uploaded into an AI model to serve as a guide to my prompts? Yes, like I said earlier on, it's pretty much safe because as a matter of fact, if you go back later, most times you realize that it can no longer read that document. It can no longer read that document. It's no longer there. So it's gone. It's gone. Someone said data is at owner risk. My AI, they gossip. Well, it can gossip to you because you're the one who gave you the data. It cannot go and tell someone else that this person gave me this data. So let me use, it won't do that. It's not built to do that. Okay. So I think you just need to understand that it's gossiping to you because it's you per se, or anything that is public data, but it can't come and gossip to you based on the data based on the data that I gave to it. No, it's not going to do that. So it's going to be able to gossip with you, say things, because I mean, it's your data, you gave it to it, so it's not supposed to hide anything at all from you. It's your data and all of that. So that makes a whole lot of sense. So let's look at the next question. The next question says, let me get through. Okay, it says, what is the structural significance of a system message? What is the structure? Well, I don't really understand your question, but let me assume that you're talking about more about the LMM architecture, because in recent large language models architecture, like those of Anthropy, Google, DeepMind, and all of that, the conversations are structured into 3 roles: the system, assistant, and user, or the system, user, and assistant. That's SUA, S-U-A, the system, user, and assistant. So the system message is more like the highest priority instruction layer. It's like the highest priority instruction layer for those going deep into AI and AI engineering. This is one of the first things that we teach them, or this is among the core fundamental things that we teach them. So the system, you have the SWA, the system, user, and assistant, and the system message, like you asked, I mean, when it comes in the order of priority, it's like upmost there, because, okay, you said, how does the model prioritize instruction in the system role versus a user role, as the case may be? Well, the truth about it is that if you want to reason it in terms of structural significance, all right, the idea is that the first thing will be to set up the framework, like the behavioral framework first, and then go ahead to set up the priority framework, more like system, developer, user, and assistant, and all of that. And then it will anchor the model. Then I think, let me remember now, it will shape the token interpretation and all of that. Now, as per how models will prioritize system versus the user experience, it's a code, but then you move from the system, considering the higher level behavioral role, you move to user, that's the user request, and then you move down to assistant, where you now get the model answer or the model response, depending on what you want to use it for. And the question there will also be to think about what will happen during conflict. You also think about, and you mentioned something about how can this be leveraged to prevent prompt injection. Well, like, these are deep stuff, but let me, the prompt injection is, let's explain it so that everyone can get. Prompt injection is when a user tries to override a system behavior, be it a user or even an external content, maybe a web page or PDF, tries to like override the system behavior. So like a situation where we could say that the previous instructions are like very, very malicious, okay? So in this case, an explicit instruction can help to be able to position all of that, okay? All right. So let's see. Someone says, what if after Even after observing all the protocols of prompting, the AI still doesn't produce a satisfactory output. Well, is that possible? Yes. Is it possible that, and you did not, yes. What it simply means is that they've not built that data. That data is not available for it to. Like I told you, most of you are running businesses, just go to ChatGPT and type in the name of your business. It will give you an idea. It's not that your business doesn't exist. It means that it has not been captured in terms of database. It has not, in terms of data, it has not been captured out there for it to be integrated into LMMs. That's what it simply means. All right. Guys, so we're already 10 minutes. I wanted us to end, but let me just take one more here. On Zoom, you say, I'm a software engineer and I highly vibe code with AI because I think my data backend will be breached. Can using AI be harmful or lead to? Well, like I said, no, that shouldn't be an excuse. Vibe coding has come to stay. Vibe coding has come to stay. If you're not using it today, you're going to use it next year. And the earlier you tap into it, it's a whole lot better. You could always do your stuff and have your backend saved in the right places that you're supposed to. So you don't leave it open-ended to external sources. You can take up what you've gotten and put it in the right place. Someone say, what is chain of thought prompting? Please just be patient. We're going to get there in one of our classes. So we're going to talk about chain of thought prompting. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for tonight. Please listen. I'm going to open up the group by 10 again. So quickly write down 7 things you learned today. I want you to be very real. I want you to be very real. You don't have to make it too bogus. Just write down the things we learned today. 7 things we learned from today's class. Please, if you've not shared your stuff on Facebook, use the hashtags. Please do that so that they'll be able to document. We're very serious about you people not hiding. We're very serious about you people showing up. You're not going to learn and hide. You have to position yourself intentionally. And that is how we drive the wave. That is how we encourage people to become AI literate. When they see other people doing it, the better for everyone. But of course, the more you create more awareness for people, the more what you're learning now will become of value, because they will definitely need to depend on you to grow. So thank you, everyone. Please keep getting ready. We're going to have an interesting time. By Thursday or so, we should start talking about our grouping. After the training, you're going to have like 3 days or 4 to settle in with your group. And we kick off our 15 days AI challenge. You're going to be seeing amazing projects where you have to leverage several tools to do a whole lot of amazing stuff. And like I said, those of you in Port Harcourt, start making plans to be around for Tech Up Port Harcourt event. Please invite your friends. Invite your friends. And it's going to be a very great avenue to meet most of you for the very first time. So I'll be looking forward to meeting you, really. And it won't be bad if we use the opportunity to vibe together, and maybe some persons can even come with stuff and we just have fun. Like I said, I'm going to talk to the team to ensure that they have a special banner for prompt engineering trainings, so that most of you will take your certificates physically, hard copy, take pictures there, and most of the groups will be doing live presentation on stage at that event. So please invite your friends. I'm going to share the flyer again. Please help us put it up in your WhatsApp status. Share. Tech Up Port Harcourt is one of the biggest tech events in the city, and we've been doing that for 6 years. And please, if you really like what we're doing here, this will be one way to support us. It's an event that is going to cost us a whole lot of money, but then we'll be more than happy to have every one of you. So your 15 days challenge will be expiring, I think, on the 26th, so that you'll be able to put your stuff together and show up on that day and deliver your presentation on stage and wow the whole world. Let them know that AI is happening here and it's beyond just generating pictures. So thank you. Please drop the 7 things that you've learned today in the WhatsApp group. When I open it, drop it, and then by tomorrow morning, you will share it with your picture either on Facebook or LinkedIn. Please, if you're on LinkedIn, take this very serious. Share it on LinkedIn. Share it on LinkedIn. My name is Stewart, and it's been amazing teaching brilliant people like you. Let's do this again tomorrow, 7 p.m. God's willing. Please stay safe out there. I beg of you, stay safe out there. Be prayerful. Stay safe out there. We want all of you safe. Beatrice Kogi said on YouTube, we mount a tech up. Beatrice, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. Okay. You see, the problem I have now is that these people on YouTube have already started consulting among themselves and lobbying for group. Chronicle is saying Beatrice and Akudo will be in my group. You see, that this is the problem. These are politicians. All right. So please, those of you that are not in Port Harcourt, those of you that are not in Nigeria, please thank you. Thank you for joining in. Keep supporting us. Keep supporting us. And let's do this. Let's be good. All right. Please, I'll be happy that we do this again tomorrow. Please study. Go back, read what we've learned. If you missed out some part, go back. It's on YouTube. It's going to be there till the end of the training before we pull it down. Just like we did for cohort 1. Later after the training, we'll pull it down. Okay. All right. Billionaire Brother on Zoom said, okay, well, I shall know my group. My group will come out the best. Ha, Billionaire Brother, you started daring them. My hand, no deal. So I wish you guys all the very best. Thank you. Do have a wonderful evening. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Okay, Gidotio that is saying on YouTube, the customized polo for Tech Cup will be out by Wednesday. I think the publicity will be out by tomorrow or next. I think it's around 7K. But if you want to brand yourself, we can send you the branding assets. So you go yourself and brand it. We don't have an issue. We're not selling the t-shirt for profit. So it's 7K, or you go brand yourself. We can send you, it's black. We'll send you out the design and the brand assets. You go and brand yourself. So Gideon to YouTube, please, that will be available. Please, everyone, have a good evening. Good night.